Recording is now on. Don't worry. I don't have a lot to talk about when it comes to my writing, so we can just get going.
Anyway. Wait, so you're asking me out?
She falls eerily silent. She turns her head towards me, eyes wide open. Yeah, I'm asking you out. This is the formal, man. This ain't a date. This is like the capital D date. This is like the date you end the game on. Literally. I'll take you wherever you like. Aw, it's so cute. They do that so well, the little squishy swashy. Olivia opens and closes her mouth while she looks at me in astonishment. Olivia, are you okay? Ah! I found myself trying not to laugh. She threw herself at me in the strongest hug I'd ever felt. Her arms, even her tail, are wrapped around me, pressing me tightly against her as she laughs that cute little gremlin giggle of hers. And while that giggling is infectious, my face is, I want you to imagine me sitting there, lowering my glasses and just shaking my head. Come on, you guys, get a room. No, not too happy. Dude, Vinny is right over there. Getting a little hard to breathe now. Bro, I should have brought your oxygen tank, you bingus.
Gosh, this is the first good thing to happen in forever.
What? I can't even move my arms. She's trapped them. Wait, she's shifting. What just happened? We're on our sides now, and I can finally put my head up enough to take in some air. So what? Sweet, the death roll! So that's what's happening as I find myself flipped over Olivia for a split second, then I'm right back beneath her. And then back again, just enough time to breathe. Olivia, we haven't even decided where to go! I feel like I'm on some kind of personal carnival ride, wildly spun around across the living room in Olivia's arms. It is fun, but also very, very dizzying. She finally tires herself out. I find myself laying on top of her. How the fuck is this about dinosaurs? Your Gator element is far more extrapolated upon. We don't even get the... Like, seriously, this game does not do anything with that concept outside of maybe one person having a giraffe neck. Hell, we even have non-human mammalian creatures now. It's like they're just making a furry world. Olivia, I just wanted to say, what is the limit? What is the limit on what species are allowed in this universe? Is he a whale, or is he some kind of ancient whale? Because I'm pretty sure whales are not that old.
Inco, for fuck's sake. It's a game about dating a gator girl. What the fuck are you smoking? Who cares?
I wanted to write an accurate wiki page. When the gator finally tires herself out, I find myself laying on top of her. And while I should feel very embarrassed about our compromising position... Oh, that's not that compromising. That's just cute. I'm grinning ear to ear down at my equally happy and probably lightheaded girlfriend beneath me. You good, Inco? Pretty wild response. You just asked where the date would be.
Doesn't matter.
Her voice shrinks enough that even as I'm closer, I can barely make it out.
I was hoping for so long.
Man, we didn't get any of this in the other endings. Seeing that gentle smile of hers, it sets my heart aflutter.
So where'd you want to go? You decide. I got nothing.
Me? Somewhere I can take Olivia to show her a really good time. How about a picnic? See if it warms up a bit, and then check out some of the more scenic places. Yeah, like with a cold-blooded girlfriend, you really are kind of shafted when it comes to going out, huh? Hokkaido Terrace, beautiful. I want to explore it. Wouldn't they have like warming jackets? Wouldn't this be the exact kind of society that would develop like a vest you can put on that just specifically warms you up with like a battery or something? Like, that feels like something a society like this would develop, if purely for military reasons. Or fursuits. Just saying, those things are fucking hot, I've been told.
So do I.
For a brief moment, the connection between Olivia and I feels stronger than ever as we stand. What the fuck is ending 4 gonna be? If this is ending 3, what is ending 4 gonna do? Yeah, people are giving me fucking shit for the Boss Baby sticker. Hell yeah. Do we have cooling jackets? Humans can survive quite easily. Under a lot of circumstances, getting cold is not that big of a deal. And we have really warm things. And we also, in fact, developed a variety of pieces of clothing that are specifically designed to keep warm. We have large hats to keep the sun off of us. We have wide, loose-fitting, light clothing that reflects the sun and keeps an air layer between us and the environment. We also, in fact, probably have some sort of cooling vest. I imagine that's not impossible to make. In fact, we have fursuits with cooling systems like that. So yes, we have cooling vests. Sorry to burst your bubble, but those do exist. They're somewhat specialized for military applications and people in in fucking fursuits, but they exist. Sorry to tell you, buddy. Slap on the back. If you want to invent something, make it something a furry would want. Congratulations. They'll figure it out for you. A whole bunch of fucking weirdos who will not quit. For a brief moment, yeah. Strong as ever as we stand to each other's eyes as it goes right back into keeping me in a warm, scaly embrace. Like, a thing about the scales that I would like to point out, with Fang, we got a lot of close-ups with Fang. And with Fang, it's, it was always kind of, like, she had feathers. So for Lucy, it's like, it's fine. It's kind of weird how we don't really see scales on characters. Like, you can do, like, a small detail patch here and there. That's, you say they wouldn't be fashionable, but I wanted to write a thing for, like, an avian species that has the opposite problem of dinosaurs, where they're constantly covered in thick feathers, and they are just so warm when they get too close to the equator. Like, the dinosaurs can't go up north, and they can't go down south, and humans are in the middle. So there's a contact point. They have cooling vests they can wear. They have little vests they can put on that are specifically designed to cool them the fuck down. Which is also meant for temperate climates, because, again, they're fucking hot 90% of the time. When they're anywhere but the Arctic. But yeah, like, if you look at furry art, a lot of them will just go, scales are just these little patches to remind you they exist. None of that shows up. These characters could just be skin. I know that scales aren't that visible when you really get down to it, but it's really weird that it never really gets, like, pointed out in any way, shape, or form. Let me look up an alligator for you, right? Like, if you look up an alligator and you look at an alligator, you're like, there's a lot of little details about an alligator that I sure can see. Including, like, where the head slowly smooths into those nice little... And they got such giant, chunky scales on their arms. Ah, look at those big boys. Oh, man, they're so funny because they get up and then leggies and everything's hanging. Little belly. Oh. You might say that I'm overdoing it, but, like, I don't fucking care. Like, if to be fair, they didn't color in the bed, so I know why they didn't do it. Hair detail's different. There's a big difference between, like, hair detail and reminding everyone that these things are scaly instead of made out of skin. Although I've been told that scales, especially freshly molted, are actually pretty soft. Molting is weird. I will tell you this much, that, like, snake molting, the eyes come with them, because they have scales over their eyes. You pull the eyes off. It's something else. Although, to be fair, snakes are fucking weird anyway. I love it when someone I know logs in and then logs out immediately afterwards when I'm expecting a goddamn answer from them. This is the best feeling. Sure, I was right in the middle of the living room with Damien still present, but none of that matters to me. And Damien reminded me, dude, I'm gay. Please stop. This is very uncomfortable for me. And like I said, Vinny is right there. Vinny is like, he's standing there with a lollipop and it falls out of his mouth. Well, I'm gonna tell Randy, and you guys are gonna be out of the house by afternoon. See ya. And then the fucking soundtrack just cuts out. No fade out. The rest of the day was spent in that living room playing more games on the old TV. That's not an old TV. That's a very nice TV. Hours flew by, and Liga kept switching up games. I think she was trying to find something that I would particularly enjoy, or at least be good at. Shame, then, that I seemed to be born lacking any gaming talents whatsoever. Man. Like, Inco, what do you have that Inco, what do you have that Anon doesn't? Right, my man? You have no redeeming qualities compared to Anon. Anon's got the full package. You got nothing. Man has a legendary no-death run. What do you have? We still had fun, at least. But when the sun began to set, though, I decided I should head home. I need a shower and a change of clothes, and both of Damien's parents were still out. Inco has money. Yeah! That's not a personality trait. I felt bad when I left Damien's place that night. Or rather, I felt bad looking at Olivia as a while. She was in the window like a puppy. It only grew worse as I went from the metro to my quiet neighborhood and ultimately our empty house. Seeing the small pile of letters at the front door made me realize what that feeling was. Loneliness. Maybe I should have just waited and asked the painters if I could have spent the entire weekend. If I did that, would I be overstaying my welcome? I don't want to abuse their hospitality after all. Oh, goddamn, it's this house we barely see. Ding. Withdrawing my phone from my pocket, I see that Olivia just sent me a new doodle. Coming tomorrow. Yeah, I can handle a little loneliness for now. Sure. Oh, heck, it's your room. He's a drip. He stole his drip from a fashion magazine. All I'm saying... What the fuck is this? All I'm saying is that I personally think that these... I get it, right? But if I ever were to make something like this, I'm just gonna warn you, I will spend a stupid amount of extra budget on giving characters changes of clothes. I'm just saying I'd waste the money on it. You might say, Safi, you can't allocate the budget on like a whole secondary, tertiary art. And like, no. We can do this. Safi, you complained about the lip sync. Like, no. You don't understand. What if we make them 3D models and just render them with a filter? That way, the outfits can just be things we can put onto the rigging. But Safi, you still have to check all those stances and poses to make sure that the clothes don't clip or look awkward from certain angles. Stop ruining my dream. Anyway, I just wanted to have a little giggle at my expense. All right. Kicking my door closed, I head for the computer so I continue to talk to her online. You know, I've never been in a situation where I've talked to people online like this after I met them in real life. Partially because I don't really talk to people in real life that much that this would be necessary, but also because it just seems weird to me. Maybe like a, hey, let's do X, Y, and Z, but not like chat. Come to me. I lose track of how much time we spent instant messaging and sharing videos, but by the time I need to check my computer's clock, I realize it's past midnight. I didn't have to go through my typical routine of checking for up... Oh, he didn't even go through my, Man, that used to be me back with webcomics. I'd add them all in little folders. Which day of the week? Shoot, I'm gonna be exhausted tomorrow. Totally worth it. I miss the era of, just wacky-ass webcomics with no hopes and dreams. Just some jackass drawing some shit. And I'm not talking like the gaming ones. Fuck the gaming ones. I'm talking about actual artists who are just having a fun old time doing the thing. Safi, can you name a few? And then I turn the bag upside down, and it is exclusively just really? Really? This is the criticism you're handing out? The next few days were very similar to the first. Visiting the pains... Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I think this is where the game is trying to establish the whole idea of, Inco, adopted family and all that. On Monday, I got around to shoveling the snow off the driveway like rat... Jesus, took you forever. It was laborious to do, but felt good to get it done. Felt even more running when he thanked me with some sashimi that he had mentioned during the weekend. Eventually, I got in the habit of leaving sticky notes for my parental... Oh my god! Inco has turned into the parents from Goodbye Volcano High. Inco has turned into Saban Saeed. No! Man, Saban Saeed got such a raw deal. Their neat designs and, parental influences on kids, especially in the LGBT formative years, would have been such a good thing. Too bad that story didn't have time for even its fucking main cast. That's how you know it's good. It's funny because, at the beginning of the story, his parents leave notes for him. And now it's the other way around. Not to care too much as long as I'm home by bedtime. Bet. I won't lie. Spending most of my afternoons watching Vinny and Damien yell at the TV wasn't particularly entertaining, but Olivia's presence was enough for me. On Friday, though, while Vinny and Damien were preoccupied by foam sword duel in the backyard, I decided to plan for our date. The weather that weekend was going to be warm, and I managed to convince Olivia that this would be our last chance for a real picnic. That only leaves the location. We've been arguing well into the night over text, trying to decide where to go. I think the beach would be nice. No way. Also, you're near a giant body of water. the arcade is not a picnic. You bingus? Well, she's been there once. Don't judge. There's nowhere worth going in Volcadera Bluffs anyway. Does Volcadera actually have... What even is a bluff? Right? 'Cause I don't know the bluff. Def. A steep cliff, bank, or promontory. Promontory. It can also mean a grove or clump of trees in Canadian.
Promontory.
Promontory. Let's all go to the promontory. Let's all go to the promontory. Let's all go to the promontory and have ourselves a snack. It's an apple from the trees. Yeah, tell me the place was named after them. Have you ever seen them? No. Wait, what? Oh god, that's great. Why was he going like, Are you trying to be sassy, Inco, you fucking loser? Why is this here? You know what? Let's pull up the actual files, because in the files they usually mention stuff like this. Or is this just so that players who backwards don't go back too far? Was there a problem with the script at this point? Because this is where it starts scrolling, so I imagine that they had issues and they made a save here, and thus they have the little thing. There's a lot of reasons I can envision why this might be the case. I'm gonna shake my booty. Oh, we're deep into chapter 18. Gotcha. Phone discussion. I don't know how to use the statement for typing. A delay of -1 makes it skippable. Ah, weird. Drop phone sprite. No. Sounds perfect then. But those are ages away. Come on, it'll be fun to get away from home for a bit. Fine. I'll be over in the morning then. Man, it is impressive how much they put in just to make the Python code do some funny stuff. Do some sick flips, as they say. Nighty-night, it's Nini. It's just Nini. Don't say night-night. Say Nini. That's how I say it. And the person that I learned that terminology from always appended it with boo, which is adorable. Later I learned that it's nine-eye because it's night, but my brain was like, oh, it's the E. And I felt very stupid when I learned otherwise, in the extremely rare context where such things are said aloud instead of typed. It's like mem. I let my phone rest on my bed as I smiled to myself. I have to look up exactly where the bluffs are in the morning, but I'm sure they'll look nice. If not, well, there ought to be something exciting there. That's a weird transition. We've never done one of those. After researching our destination and getting dressed, I did one last check on myself to make sure I hadn't forgotten everything. Wallet, phone, water bottle, extra sunglasses, written instruction for the metro lines we'd have to take. I'm officially ready to go. Before I leave, I make sure to leave a sticky note on the fridge to let my parents know where I'll be. Maybe they'll finish watching daytime television in time to see it before I get home. It's only a short trip to the closest station to Olivia's neighborhood, and a short walk from there to her house. Payne's place is welcoming as ever. I mean, the fact that their house is painted relatively pale, and then also the snow makes it so... It makes the house look like it could use a goddamn tan. And it's in the sun all day. Ain't that some shit? It's starting to feel like a second home by now. In the chilled weather, the yard's growth is slow, but it's starting to peek through the thin layer of snow. Yeah. I hope I don't get commissioned to mow now, too. I should let Olivia know that I'm here. No, don't come in yet. What? I'll be honest. So let's have a chit. You want to have a chat about how I feel about like type languages and stuff? You want to have that chat? So how do I explain this? There is merit to making making characters sound like they would. Like, apparently, kids and teens nowadays speak an indecipherable shibboleth that simply cannot be understood by mortal men. But if you're writing a story, do you want to keep that? Do you really want to date your novel like that? Like, if you're writing something, the risk of adopting the language of the time is that you sound dated. Now, you might realize that there are two sides to this coin. One is the presumption that your language isn't dated already, and the other is how do you convey it to their kids? I don't know how that works, but I do feel that at some point you're going to have to just kind of accept that you have to compromise on that regard. You can have some cute little details left and right, throw in a little bit of things that look like slang, but don't go for actual period slang outside of stuff that has survived the decades by this point, or you'll just look silly. But there's the bigger part, right? And that's comprehensibility. I don't need to tell you this, but like actual web speak, with people who speak that language inside out, it's like goddamn Japanese. Good luck understanding any of it. Unless you know it in and out already. So, you kind of have to make the compromise. Yes, not a single fucking teen would write this expansively in scenario X. But you kind of have to, because the reader isn't that smart. A lot of this kind of language is that it becomes it becomes idiosyncratic. It takes on the properties of the speakers, and particularly the relationship between the speakers. And you, the reader, can only really get so much of that, so you kind of have to, at some point, go, okay, they just speak normal English, but it looks a little funny. That's about as far as you can go before it becomes disruptive. If your point is hyper-realism and all that stuff, then yeah, you kind of have to adopt it if you really want to keep that particular layer. No one actually cares. There's not a single fucking person in the world who's going to say the problem with your realistic writing is that the characters don't speak the exact kind of leet speak necessary to make it work, but whatever. Oh boy. What did she say about the curb? I stand by the curb, as instructed, facing the door. After a moment, it swings open and, oh, she has a little flower in her hair. Whoosh. A green blur shoots out the door and directly before me. I know better than to flinch. Her tail slams to the ground and breaks her to a halt with a stylish skid. You're here. I am? And it looks like you finally got your wheelchair.
Yeah, just came in yesterday. Didn't want to tell you to make it a surprise.
Oh, she actually unpacked it herself this time. Has that new wheelchair smell.
Dummy.
While it looks the same, I do notice how it's lacking all the old scarring that her old one had.
So did you hear it?
Hear what?
Exactly. I can sneak up on you now.
In your dreams. So are you ready for the date? The little flower, though. Inco, point out the little flower. Girls like it when you point out the little thing they did. I never would notice because I don't look at people as much as I should. That's a weird thing to think about. There's a sudden rush of jittery nerves in my chest. It is my first time taking someone on a formalized date. Trying to rationalize it doesn't help my nervousness, though. I'm ready. She looks at me with a timid smile, hands held together as she tilts her head slightly. She's wearing a new floral hair clip. Come to think of it, it's the first time I ever did see her accessorize. That hair clip looks cute, Olivia. Hey, we've actually referenced that Olivia likes racing with her fucking wheelchair. Remember the introduction of the game? It only took us 2 other endings to get to this point. The worry in her grin melts away into a joyous smile.
Thank you, Inco.
Which also helps you smile. With my renewed confidence, I step around Olivia and grab the handlebars. Oh, wait, you've been out all week, so you probably don't need any help.
No, it's fine.
Her tail finds my wrist and guides my hands to the handle.
I don't mind at all.
All right, to the metro station?
Yes, please.
With Olivia in tow. No, if anything, she's towing you. Our date begins. Toes pull, they do not push. A thing I want to point out, by the way. There's got to be like an etiquette around pushing the wheelchair person you're with versus them rolling alongside you. There has to be like some standards there that a person might establish for themselves.
You know, it's almost like you sat here since the beginning and go, exclusively because it would be easier for the artists.
On the metro, I'm lucky enough to be able to find my normal seat. Olivia folds the seat up and places herself right next beside me. Something's different. Wow, Christmas lights? Oh, she has the little thing in her too. Oh, that's just cute.
I swear they start putting them up earlier every year.
The white fluorescence on them, combined with the dim lighting of the metro lights, gives the cabin a more cozy feeling. I feel my photographer's instincts kick in, but I quickly remember I didn't bring my camera. You didn't bring your fucking camera? Soon enough, the entire city will be covered in holiday stuff by the end of the weekend. What the fuck is this sentence? Soon enough, by the end of the weekend. Don't do that. That's so weird. Olivia's not weird or stupid. She doesn't talk in funny incongruities. The mental image of a twinkling Volk out here at night is a pleasing thought. There'll definitely be some photo-worthy shots during that time. So what do you think of all of it?
The decorations. I like them. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, but what's your favorite?
I think the reefs look nice on the lampposts. And I like all the crappy snowmen and snow angels in people's yards. I've always wanted to make my own.
What about a mistletoe? Olivia, you can make a snow angel. You need your thighs for that, not your knees. I mean, I guess your knees might drag a little bit, but if you can stand on them, I imagine you can make it work.
Yeah. Shut up, you.
I'm actually curious. Are there any dino-specific traditions that you celebrate? They should celebrate the solstice. The reason they should celebrate the solstice is it's the beginning of more sun. Olivia cocks her eyebrow at the question. Hey, I didn't know you guys celebrated end of summer, so I'm just curious if there's any other Saurian-centric holidays that I don't know about.
No, just Christmas and whatever holidays people celebrate around the time.
So no Kwanzaa or Hanukkah, no Sinterklaas or Boxing Day or New Year.
Jesus Christ, Inco, you make us sound completely uncultured.
Well, I mean, you're a large population of people. I imagine that some of your particulars would have risen to the top.
There's probably no dedicated in spite of the...
No, that is why we have Christmas. It's because it's cold. It's the longest night. Let us huddle together and give the cold our big middle fingers by making fires and making merry. That's actually fucking retarded, Olivia. Get the fuck out of here. No, I can't help but doing some ice skating with Olivia. I imagine you can make that work. Yeah, there are ways to do that with a wheelchair. I look down the wheelchair to imagine how it would work when something catches my eye. There's a small compartment underneath their seat, almost like a cubbyhole with some things inside of it. Yeah, that people have that, because it's kind of difficult to constantly use your pants pockets while you're sitting down. Although you could just get a purse, I guess.
I decided to bring my sketch pad with me.
I didn't bring my camera, and you...
You know, since it's my first time going to the bluffs, I wanted to draw out some of the scenery while we're there. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Nah, it's completely fine. I was just thinking about how I should have brought my camera for the same reason, so I'm glad one of us came prepared. As long as you enjoy it. You have your phone, man. If you really want to take, like, memory pictures, just use your fucking phone. It's good enough. It's good enough.
You're right.
Although I guess if Inco is one of those prudes, he's like, oh, I can't look at this horrible 16-megapixel camera. It's so ugly. Olivia takes hold of my hand and rests her hand on my shoulder. Are you sure you shouldn't wear a thicker sweater?
We don't have the budget for this, Inco. Shut up.
Eventually, the metro arrives at our destination. Wait, I gotta... Yeah, it doesn't animate. It's probably just glued over on top. After disembarking the train and... Actually... Yeah, their head doesn't move at all. After disembarking the train and leaving the station, my digital map indicates that the park is still about a block away. As we make our way there, we soak in the sights of this area of Volcaldera. There's no snow, because admittedly it's probably very difficult to get shots like this. Just as Olivia predicted, many of the surrounding buildings are going to decorate it for the holiday season.
Been on this part in the city before. Only seen them on car trips, though.
Oh, she's never been. Ah, so this is a first for both of us.